Welcome back, Tortoise Ridge fam. So today we're at Lost Lake, and we're doing a glamping style setup. We want to just, see what we need. So, and have you, learn along with us, and this way you can be the envy of your campsite. So we're doing an early camp in the Lost Lake area, and there's still snow on the roads, so not a lot of people come out here. And right now we just have the place to ourselves. But Tom is going to show you again how fast it takes to set up the inflatable tent. So I'll pan you over so you can see him. All right. And the last time we were doing this, it was so freezing, and once we got done doing it, and we were putting our straps down and securing those, it started snowing on us on our land. So we don't have any chance of that happening here, thank God. But I'm going to come over and help. It doesn't take long, as long as you have someone that will come and start popping these up. There we go. And all right, so it just comes up really fast. So I'm going to pause right there, and we'll get it all set up, and we'll catch you in a few. Okay, the first step in our getting this glamping setup done is I got this air mattress from Airfina, and I love this thing. This has been on so many adventures, and we chose, let me see if I can put it sideways for you, but we chose to sit this way, and then in this little inflatable tent, it gives us all this room for sitting. So come out, and then that way you can see in better, but we got all that room to sit in. Okay, so here is our campsite setup, our little glamping setup, and everything is battery operated candles for safety. And then I found this little tortoise planter, and so I put the flowers in it. So we'll walk inside, and I've got this, it's battery, or you can plug it into USB, little light. And then I have some little fake candles over here. And then of course we always have to bring Marge, our little plush tortoise. But here's the bed set up. Oh boy, I'm trying to see if I can. But that's our little glamping setup right there. And so here's our view of the lake. This is Lost Lake, and we're gonna have our fire pit for tonight, and we got our little seating area, and we got our grill, and we've got our solar charging. The clouds are coming in, so I kind of hope that they end up working. But here's our covered kitchen area. We have to have our refrigerator, of course. And we've got the Mr. Buddy, because we love our Mr. Buddy. And we brought the little small cook stovetop and our cleanup area. So sounds like someone is out here to do some exploring. So we may or may not get neighbors, who knows. But that's the campsite for now at Lost Lake.
Okay, welcome to Lost Lake, and we're going to go on a little hike and kind of just walk around and show you some stuff. Here's one thing I'd really like to show you, and that is If you bring firewood in or collect it from around the area, which I wouldn't advise doing because you're not supposed to, but you know, some deadfall and that, please leave it for other campers. This is just a gracious thing to do, and it'll help out. And it'd be really nice for people that come in. Now, to get here, I suggest you use a four-wheel drive. If you don't have four-wheel drive, I wouldn't come here, or I would find a friend or somebody that could do that for you with a four-wheel drive. I'll show you later why that would be the case. There's an old dead tree here. Now see, people have been chipping out of it to get starter for their fires, and that's not a good idea. That just makes it a hazard. So we'll walk down. That's one of the campsites. This is mainly a parking area. You shouldn't be making campfires in this area. Obviously somebody did, and they left their trash. Please, when you come to places like this, being that it's a national forest, it's not a national park, so the rangers don't come in and clean it. No volunteers come in here very often to clean. And it's just being respectful. If you just use your mind and pack what you bring in. Pack it out. It's very important. Now this area here, this is a little area to go down into the lake, and normally you can launch boats out of here. Right now it's going to need some work. I'll show you why. It's just a lot of logs in the way. As you can see, the prevailing wind is from the west, southwest, and here's another example. Somebody built a fire and didn't clean up after themselves. Now that's just not right. I want to show you another thing here. When we get down here, the trees and the water, there's a rock right over there sticking out of the water. That rock, a few years back, we were climbing it because it was 10 feet above us, the peak of that rock. And kids were jumping off it. And whoop, see, there I go. Almost fell. But yeah, there's going to be some cleanup here done. I'm sure they're going to bring some volunteers in, get all these logs out of the way, because this is an actual boat launch right here. And we're up here really early. And that peak there, right below it, right between those two other hills there, there's a lake up there. And it's about a 3-mile hike. And it's really beautiful because you have a sheer wall all the way up to that top of that peak. And there are trails to get up there. But as you can see, we still got some snow up here in areas. And it's a beautiful lake. So Deanne and I will bring our paddle boards out, and we launch out here, and we can paddle all the way down to the end. And there's an outlet down there. And right here, across the way, there's a road that keeps going around, Forest Service Road, and those are campgrounds over there. So there's plenty of camping on this lake, and I believe it's stocked with trout. I'm not sure about it, but I don't really fish it. But if you wanted to, you could. And the bald eagles aren't around to get at the fish. I've seen a few of them jumping. But we'll continue on here in just a few minutes. And this time of year, that's why I suggest using 4x4. The road is a Forest Service road to begin with, so it's going to be full of potholes, bumps and grinds, and all kinds of silly things. So if you really don't have a four-wheel drive, again, I wouldn't come up here. You just beat the heck out of your car. But as you can see, we still got a lot of snow. Little snow packs all over the place. We came through some really good snow. I had to kick it into four-wheel low. And as you can see, down in there's a couple more campsites. But yeah, this is pretty much a fun little place to go. Now, the end of this road, if you keep heading up that way, that's where the trailhead is up to that lake. Do you remember what that lake's name? Muir or Minnie? I think it's Muir. I can't remember.
I think maybe Mirror Lake.
Yeah, I think it's called Muir Lake. It's about, like I said, a 3-mile hike, 6 miles round trip. But you can go up there for the day, have lunch. We've gone up there and paddleboard, and it's really beautiful. And we'll probably get another video of it when we get a chance to come back up here later in the summer. Right now in spring, you're going to have conditions like this. And it's
You're either crazy or you're a kid.
yeah, well, if you got 4-wheel drive, you can get through all this. Mostly Jeepers come up here, just like us, and so that's what you got. Now, there was a truck with a camper, bed camper, came through here. He was stuck for a little bit, but he seems to have worked his way out of it. There's another road around Lost Lake. We've explored it before, but I'm not going up it today. It looks like be a little bit of a problem. Nice and slippery. Now, obviously, we got all this snow, but Deanna and I are running around in t-shirt and shorts because it's like 65 degrees outside. But it takes a while to get all this stuff melt. Now, that road there will take you up and around and connect you to the BDR, which is an off-road forest road that is goes from Columbia River all the way up to the Canadian border. We have to get some video of that. But yeah, this is pretty much nice little area. Nice and quiet right now. Not a lot of people up here. So I hope you enjoy all this. And this is another example of being a trash panda. Please pick up your trash. Like I said, there is no garbage pickup. There's a sign over by the boat ramp that says there's no garbage pickup, so you have to pack out what you create. What you bring in, take it home with you and put it in the trash. It's not that hard. There's one more thing I want to show you. You know, as we walk around, this is what I've collected up. Deanna and I both have collected up. But look at all this brass. And we got about 100 rounds or so there. And they were all laying around our campsite. Why? You don't need to do that. You need to take it out. But yeah, it's beautiful up here. But let's please leave it that way. They're going to shut us down and coming up here if people keep doing that.
Okay, so I wanted to show off our nighttime video, and this is what it looks like at night. And I'll pan over to our cooking setup, and we have lights going around, and I found these little globe lamps. You can find those globe lamps at the Dollar Tree, and they work so well and they're so cute. But show you the lights that we strung around. We have about 100 foot of light, and we have our little fire pit. And we always like to go with the propane fire pit because we just think it's, you know, safer. But yeah, we have our lights that go all the way around, and we have a few neighbors. But yeah, so this is our nighttime setup. And so if you enjoy this content, you know, please like, subscribe, and share, and you know, you'll get more videos from us. So until we see you next time, you have a safe and wonderful day.